don't really know how to be what other people want me to be. I really don't. And, you know, let's assume I actually decided that that was important for me. To actually be what other people really wanted me to be. Then I'd have to think about that. Let me think about it. Because the only thing I know how to do is just be myself. Which, in a funny way, I know how to do that, but I don't know how to do it. You know, I don't know in the sense that I couldn't explain to you how to be myself. Which gets me into something. How do you explain things that you know how to do, but you just can't explain? Look, let me talk on a more practical level about something else. You know, I paint. I like to paint. Here's a painted rock. This is just simple. This is actually one of my more simpler designs. Simple little thing. Now, I don't know how to paint. But I just paint. I mean, I don't actually even know how to do it. I've actually improved. You know, paintings before this were more crude, and paintings since this have gotten better. I have other painted rocks. Let me see if I can find some of them over here. I like to paint trees and flowers and whatnot. This is my little painted rock collection. Here's one of my little flowers that I painted. I find these on the beach because I live close to the beach. I paint these things. And I love to paint. I really enjoy doing this. This is a nice hobby, something I enjoy doing. I don't know how to do that. But I do it. I mean, in a funny way, I know how to do it in that if I put a paintbrush in my hands and I'm painting, I just paint it. I do it. But sometimes when I think of the phrase, know how to do something, I always think in terms of explaining it, you know, to people. Like, I could sit somebody down and say, well, this is how you paint. First you do this and you do that. I mean, what I would probably be doing is just give you all the mechanical stuff that you have to do. You have to go buy some paint and paint brushes. And anybody who doesn't even paint can tell you that. But how do you make a painting? I don't know. You just do it. And I learned one thing, though, from painting. Not only from painting and from when I learned to speak Spanish and from everything else. If you do something and you keep doing it over and over and over, you get better at it. You just get better at it. And I never really thought of myself as much of a painter. I just did it and I enjoyed doing it and I got better at it. I think that's true of a lot of things. There's a book I bought some number of months ago that was talking about music. And it was saying that basically being a really great musician isn't so much being born with a talent as it is a matter of practice. The more you practice, then you'll become great at something. It's really a matter of practice. Not everybody's born with a certain natural talent for music, or people aren't just born with natural talents for painting all the time. You know, some people might have it. It may be a certain thing, but you're more likely to get better at something if you keep practicing. Sometimes I even have wondered if people really were born with abilities. You know, when I was younger, I used to always wonder about that. When people say, well, so-and-so, he just has a natural talent. He was born with that. And some people, it just seems to be the case. You know, you think about some musicians, some people, when they're 5 years old, they can do great things with a guitar or a piano or whatever. And then there are other people who, in their older years, they practice and they practice and they get better and better. I think that was the case with me with learning Spanish, for example. And I learned that like with learning to paint. I wish I could show some of my better, because these actually are not my best paintings. I've made some paintings that were really, really good. But I since have given many of those things away. But I think that it's just something I never really thought about being good at. I just did it because it was something I enjoyed doing. I think that's what makes people good at things. Just doing it because you really, really enjoy it. You know, that's pretty much all I have to say. You know, if you're going to do anything, just do it because you enjoy it, not because you're trying to be great at it. And when you do it, it'll turn out pretty good. You actually want to continue to do it, so you will get better.